Welcome to the Gym Business Explainer, powered by MaxMembers.ai. Hey everyone, welcome. Whether you're a gym owner, an operator, a manager, salesperson, or maybe you're an entrepreneur or personal trainer, you're in the right place. Today, we're going to be walking through a white paper from jthomas, and our whole goal here is to give you some real, actionable insights you can use. And hey, a quick note before we jump in. For you folks out there looking to open a new gym, maybe acquire one, or you just need some working capital, we can help. We can provide funding options up to $500K. The best part? It's unsecured, with no restrictions on how you use it. You can check us out at fmconsulting.net. All right, with that said, let's get into it. So let's start with a question that I'm guessing hits close to home for a lot of you. You're putting in the work, you're signing up new members, but it feels like your growth has just hit a wall. You know that feeling? Like you're stuck in neutral? And you know what? There's a really good reason you feel that way. The truth is, that old school model of selling memberships one by one by one, it just has a ceiling. I mean, think about it. The market's saturated, competition is fierce, and people are watching every penny. It's a huge hurdle if you're trying to build sustainable, long-term growth. But what if there's a totally different way to look at growth? A model that can just smash right through that ceiling? Well, that's where corporate wellness comes into the picture. It's this powerful solution that, honestly, is probably sitting right there in your own backyard, completely untapped. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, because this quote from jthomas just completely reframes the entire business model. He says it's about selling health solutions directly to businesses. So we're shifting from selling to individuals one at a time to partnering with entire companies. You're not just a gym anymore, you're a corporate health partner. Big difference. And look, this isn't just some fancy new marketing trick. This is a real, scalable business model. Just think about it for a second. You get predictable, recurring revenue from a single contract. You get instant access to a whole, ready-made audience. These kinds of advantages can totally transform your gym's financial health and give you some serious stability. And this number right here, this just shows you the incredible scale we're talking about. I mean, 50 to 500 plus new members. Think about that. One single deal, just one partnership could bring in more people than months of grinding away on traditional lead gen, and you're doing it without spending a single dime on advertising. That is a massive, massive shift. Yeah, the contrast here is just, it's night and day, really. On one side, you've got the roller coaster, right? The unpredictable walk-ins, the seasonal dips. But on the other side, you've got stable monthly billing. Consistent cash flow. You're moving away from constantly chasing individual sales to securing a steady, reliable income stream. Okay, so the potential is obviously huge, but how do you actually do it? How do you make this happen? Well, that's what we're going to do now. We're going to break down a practical 7-step action plan to help you build your own profitable corporate wellness program right from scratch. All right, step 1, and this is crucial. You've got to start smart. Don't try to sell to everybody under the sun. The key is to start by targeting local companies. Think 50 or more employees. And you especially want to look at industries where you can solve a real expensive problem for them. You know, like reducing stress for desk jockeys in a tech office, or preventing injuries for people in manufacturing. Okay, the next few steps are absolutely key. First, you've got to package what you offer not as just gym access, but as tailored wellness solutions. Then, and this is a big one, you have to speak their language. Frame your pitch around the return on investment, the ROI for their company. And finally, you got to get that pitch in front of the right people. We're talking HR directors, the C-suite, the people who actually hold the purse strings. This quote right here, this is it. This is the language of business owners. See, you're not selling gym memberships anymore. You're selling a business investment that has a clear, tangible return. You become a partner in their success, not just a vendor. Now, when it comes to actually closing the deal, your job is to remove all the roadblocks. Make it an absolute no-brainer for them to say yes. You do that by offering a free trial or a pilot program so they can see the value for themselves firsthand. Be flexible on pricing. Create a true win-win deal. And then, once they're on board, you have to deliver outstanding support. That's what gets you the renewals and, even better, the referrals. All right, so we've got the plan down. Now let's take a look at what this actually looks like out in the real world. And we'll dig into how you can effectively market your new corporate wellness program to land those first few, all-important clients. So your marketing here has to be strategic. You can forget about expensive ads. This is all about building real relationships with local businesses. Get involved with your local chamber of commerce, network with HR groups, and this is probably the most important part, showcase your success. Use case studies and testimonials as social proof. That's what builds the trust and credibility you need to get your foot in the door. Now, you want to see the kind of impact this can have? Here's a real-world example for you. A suburban gym signed just 3 annual corporate contracts, and the result? 200 new members walking through their doors, just from 3 deals. And hey, this model works at any scale. It's not just for the big guys. Check this out. A small boutique yoga studio saw its membership jump by 25% in just 1 year. And that was from a single partnership with a local tech company. That one deal fueled their growth, and guess what? It got renewed for another year. Okay, so we've seen the problem, we've walked through the solution, we've got the action plan, and we've seen the proof. So, what does this all mean for the future of your gym? Let's boil it all down to the key takeaway. Because the benefits here go way beyond just those initial sales. We are talking about rapid, predictable growth. We're talking higher retention, because coworkers hold each other accountable, right? We're talking more revenue from services like personal training. And ultimately, you're building a powerful competitive advantage that those big box gyms down the street just can't compete with. And that really brings us to the final thought I want to leave you with. It's a fundamental question, really, about your gym's identity. Are you just a membership provider? Or are you a business wellness partner? Because believe me, the gyms that thrive, the ones that are going to own the future of this industry, are the ones that make that critical shift. So, if you're ready to really transform your gym with these strategies, you should reach out to Jim Thomas directly. His number is 214-629-7223, or you can email him at jthomas@fmconsulting.net. And also, be sure to check out our awesome sponsor, Gym Business Manager, for the best gym software out there. You can find them at gymbusinessmanager.com.